In today's video, we will discuss time response of a first order system. So we have a system, closed loop control system, wherein it is a unity feedback system with forward path gain 1 by St. So we will look into how we can obtain the time response of the system. So this is in Laplace domain. We need to convert into time domain. So we'll see what is C of S. Then we'll look into what is C of T. So we know that the closed loop control system, the transfer function is given by C of S by R of S is equal to G of S divided by 1 plus G of S into H of S. Here our H is 1, so this becomes G of S divided by 1 plus G of S, which is C of S by R of S. So we can write our response as C of S is equal to G of S divided by 1 plus G of S into R of S. G of S is given where G of S is 1 by St divided by 1 plus 1 by St into R of S. So if we simplify this, we get it as 1 divided by St plus 1 into R of S. So C of S is equal to 1 by St plus 1 into R of S, where C of S is the Laplace transform of the output signal C of t. R of S is the Laplace transform of the input signal R of t, and t is the time constant. Now, if we want to obtain the response, that is the output of the first order system in the time domain, first what we have to do is we have to obtain this equation. It is C of S is equal to 1 by St plus 1 into R of S. After that, substitute R of S value in the equation. So R of S, we can consider it as either a step input, impulse input, ramp input, parabolic input, anything. So whatever is the input, we need to substitute its Laplace transform R of S in this particular final equation. Then if we need to simplify, so if we want to do partial fractions of this particular one if required, and later take the inverse Laplace transform to obtain C of t. So we will find out the responses of the first order system for each type of input. That is, we will consider R of S first as impulse, then ramp, then step, and then parabolic, and we will see what is the time response for a first order system. You can see in the denominator we have S power equal to 1. That's why we call it as first order system. Consider a unit impulse signal. So unit impulse signal is given by R of t is equal to delta of t, which is equal to 1 for t equal to 0. So the Laplace domain is R of S is equal to 1. So we have obtained the response of the first order system as C of S is equal to 1 by St plus 1 into R of S. So substitute R of S is equal to 1. We get 1 by St plus 1 C of S. So now we have to obtain the impulse response C of t. So we have it in Laplace domain, we have to apply inverse Laplace. So for that we rearrange this in the standard form, 1 divided by t into S plus 1 by t, and applying the inverse for this particular transfer function, we get C of t is equal to 1 by t into e to the power minus t by t into u of t. So this is our impulse response of having magnitude equal to 1. So if we plot the response, we get t is the x-axis, C of t is the y-axis. We get an exponentially decaying signal for all positive values of t. We get it this way. The magnitude is 1 by t. So we can see that as time increases, the response decays. So this is a stable response. So a first order system applied with the unit input signal is a stable system. So if you see this C of t, you have the exponential term. That means this is the transient response. It does not have a steady state term. So we can conclude that for a first order system with a unit impulse signal applied, the system will be stable and the response has only the transient term, no steady state term. Next, we will look into the step input response of a first order system. We will consider a unit step signal applied for a first order system, and we are going to find the response of it. So we know that the unit step signal is given by R of t is equal to U of t for t greater than or equal to 0. So the Laplace of it is R of s is equal to 1 by s. So we have the first order system response C of s is equal to 1 by st plus 1 into R of s. So we substitute the value of R of s is 1 by st plus 1 into 1 by s. Now we have to rearrange this so that we can find the inverse Laplace. So when we see here, we cannot directly apply the inverse. So we have to do the partial fractions of C of s and then apply inverse Laplace to get C of t. So C of s can be written as 1 by s into st plus 1. Applying partial fractions, we can write it as a by s plus b divided by s into t plus 1. So we will have 1 is equal to a into st plus 1 plus b into s. We will equate the constant terms and the terms containing s. So on equating, we get a into s into t plus a plus b's. So on equating the constant term, we get a is equal to 1, and by equating the terms containing s, left hand side it is 0. 0 is equal to a into t plus b. Substituting the value of a as 1, we get 0 is equal to t plus b, or b is equal to minus t. So we have C of s is equal to 1 by s plus minus t divided by st plus 1. We will rearrange this denominator in the standard form so that this becomes 1 by s minus t divided by t into s plus 1 by t. This t and t get cancelled, so we'll have 1 by s minus 1 divided by s plus 1 by t. So now we have this in the standard form. We can apply inverse Laplace. So if we apply inverse Laplace, we get c of t is equal to inverse Laplace of 1 by s is 1 minus inverse Laplace of this term is e to the power minus t by t into u of t. So we can rewrite this as u of t minus e to the power minus t by t into u of t. So if we look here, we have both the steady state term and the transient term. So this is our transient term and this is the steady state term. So the response, if we plot, we get this is t, this is c of t. When t is equal to 0, we get a value as 0. Next, as t approaches infinity, the final value what we get is 1. So it is increasing and finally reaching a value equal to 1. So this is what the response of a unit step input is. So it finally attains the steady state value of 1. So next we will see the ramp response for a first order system. The ramp input is given by r of t is equal to t into u of t. If we consider the Laplace domain, r of s is equal to 1 by s square. That means we are considering a unit ramp signal. So we have our response, time response of the first order system. C of s is equal to 1 by st plus 1 into r of s. So if we substitute r of s, we get 1 by st plus 1 into 1 by s square. Again, we can observe that we cannot find the inverse Laplace or we cannot find c of t directly because we have in the denominator a square term. So we need to go for the partial fractions. So c of s is equal to 1 by s square into st plus 1 can be written as a by s square plus b by s plus c divided by st plus 1. So again we need to rearrange this and equate the constant terms containing s cube, s square, terms containing s, and we have to find the values of a, b and c. So 1 equal to a into st plus 1 plus b into s into st plus 1 plus c into s square. This is what we get. So equating the constant terms, equating the powers of s square, s cube, we get a equal to 1, b equal to minus t, c is equal to t square. Then substituting it in c of s, we can get 1 by s square minus t by s plus t square divided by st plus 1. So this term, I'll rewrite it in the standard form. So it is t square divided by t into s plus 1 by t. So 1 t get cancelled. So we'll rewrite this as c of s is equal to 1 by s square minus t by s plus t divided by s plus 1 by t. Now we can apply inverse Laplace to this and find it in time domain. C of t is equal to 1 by s square is t minus t into inverse of 1 by s is 1 plus t into e to the power minus t by t into u of t. So this t minus t plus t into e to the power minus t by t into u of t. So this particular response has the ramp response has both transient term and the steady state term. So t minus t into u of t is the steady state term. This exponential term is the transient term. Now if we plot this response, we get this is C of t, this is t. So we get a response like this. This is the actual input. This is the response, which is C of t. So we can observe that there is a difference between the input and output, and the response is increasing as time approaches infinity. That means the system is unstable. The first order system is unstable for a ramp input. Last we'll see what happens if you apply a unit parabolic input to a first order system. The parabolic input is given by r of t is equal to t square by 2 into u of t. If we apply Laplace domain, we get r of s is equal to 1 by s cube. We consider a unit parabolic signal. Again we'll obtain the response in time domain C of t, for which we need to consider C of s, which is given by the standard form 1 by st plus 1. Into r of s. So we can substitute r of s as 1 by s cube. So it is 1 by st plus 1 into 1 by s cube. So we have to go for partial fractions. So C of s is equal to a by s cube plus b by s square plus c by s plus d by st plus 1. Now we have to equate the constant terms in the left hand side and the right hand side. S cube term, s to the power 4 term, s square term, and we get one equal to a into st plus 1 plus b into s into st plus 1 plus c s square into st plus 1 plus d into s cube. So we have on the left hand side a constant term which is 1. So we equate the constant term with the left hand side and right hand side. We equate the powers of s with 0 because left hand side we don't have any s term, and we get a equal to 1, b equal to minus t, c equal to t square, and d equal to minus t cube. So we can write C of s is equal to 1 by s cube minus t by s square plus t square by s minus t cube divided by st plus 1. This we can rearrange it as minus t cube divided by t into s plus 1 by t. So our t get cancelled and we can rewrite this c of s as 1 by s cube minus t by s square plus t square by s minus t square divided by s plus 1 by t, for which on applying inverse Laplace we get c of t is equal to t square by 2 minus t into t plus t square minus t square e to the power minus t by t into u of t, wherein we have both the exponential term as well as the constant term. So our transient term is minus t square e to the power minus t by t, and our steady state term is t square by 2 minus t into t plus t square. So by looking into the response, it is clear that as time approaches infinity, our response is going to increase. So what we can conclude here is, if we apply the different standard test signals to a first order system, we see that the impulse response and the step response are stable, whereas the ramp and parabolic gives a unstable system. When we compare the impulse and step input, we see that the impulse doesn't contain a steady state term. So to analyze a system, a first order system in time domain, it is better to apply a step signal.